And good morning at 7:03 on this Wednesday, November 25th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome on a Wednesday. Today is a little bit different from the last two, but that's like to say in Tennessee, if you don't like the weather, stick around. A little bit windy this morning and cloudy, but a little sprinkling of rain as well. But we're glad to have you with us. Glad to be on the air for Cedar, Stone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Donaldson. Simple banking, simply better. Believe it or not, Bob McDonald is right here in studio with us today. Bob, good morning.
Coleman, good morning.
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
We always hear you. We don't always see you.
Yeah. Well, I told you last week that I'm going to start rearranging my schedule so that I can be with you more, because I miss seeing you. I miss seeing MJ. I miss seeing Billy. I just miss being here with you.
Hey, have you been here since we got a little extension?
I have not. This is
a little more social.
This is social distancing, aren't we?
We've had several people to comment about this. Yeah, we're a little bit farther apart with this, but we're fine, and I think it's a good idea.
I think it works great. You know, I've always been good during all this at having hand sanitizer out front and, disinfectant wipes and so forth.
Well, for us, so far, so good.
Yeah, good. Well, and that's good, and I'm glad that you're still doing your show and still doing it live, and I'm glad to see that you're persevering, and you and Helen are obviously doing well and staying healthy.
And not getting we get out. We're not hermits, but
right.
But maybe but really coming here every day and. Getting a few pecans for the Lions Club out. That's about the extent of it. And by the way, we brought you some more the other day at Cedar.
Good. I saw someone come in, I think it was Monday, and she walked out with an armload, maybe 7 or 8 bags. So we're really enjoying being a part of that, and I like seeing you come in and bring us more.
Well, tell me, what's the day before Thanksgiving like? This is a pretty busy day at the bank.
It is. We are today is a busy day. We close at 2 today, so we've made that known on social media and on our doors and in our lobbies, and we're telling people when they come in. So we do close at 2 for those of you listening who bank with us. If you'll just be aware of that, and then we'll be closed Thursday tomorrow, and then we'll be back Friday and Saturday. But it's a busy day. People are preparing. Most of the people do their banking before noon usually, so they're in getting some cash or getting prepared for family to come in. But after about noon, they're at the grocery store and they're doing other things.
Grocery stores will have a. This is one of the bigger days, I think. Odell Bain used to tell me. Yeah. I'm pretty sure when they ran Mosier's at Piggly Wiggly, whichever, both. That the day before Thanksgiving, one of the biggest days of the year.
Yeah, it is, and we're just glad to see all the activity and see people out and about, but we're looking forward to tomorrow. I'm just delighted that our folks there at the bank, our Cedar Stone family, are going to get to be with their family, and for the most part, we're all healthy, and we're thankful for them. We're thankful for so many people, and I know Susan has a brother and a sister. The brother lives in Reno, Nevada, and his name's Tom. And his wife, Debbie, they arrived on Monday. They're going to spend a week with us, so we're looking forward to being with Tom and Debbie, and we're looking forward to Willie and Helen. We're going to usually come to our house on Thanksgiving Day, but they've decided to stay home, and which we certainly understand that.
Yeah. I know some other people who just aren't venturing out at all.
Yeah, and I understand. I mean, Willie and Helen, they're both 89. Yeah. They're in remarkably good health. But being safe certainly makes sense. We understand that. My aunt Barbara, she lives in Hohenwald, Tennessee, where Helen's from, Lewis County, and beautiful country there. And she usually comes, but she won't be coming. I hate that just because I love her to death. But she makes a great sweet potato casserole. Oh, I'm going to miss that tomorrow. But the boys will be over. And their girlfriends, and Michael and Robert will be there, and Susan's mother, Carolyn, who lives in Brentwood, she'll be over. So, Chief's gonna come. There's gonna be a knock on the door. There's gonna be a knock on the door from the chief.
Well,
Oh man, that's
think,
good.
I think we.
I was wondering. I saw you out of the side of my eye. I saw your hand up as I was talking, and I thought, I wondered what you were doing. Now I know what you were doing. Oh
but
God.
if we are careful and even still stay somewhat spread apart, I think we've got to remember to do that. Hopefully, nobody's carrying the virus, but you never know. And so, but what we can't we got to have Thanksgiving.
Well, you're right, and the we subscribe to the theory that that we need to learn to live with this, and we can't just shut down society. We can't shut down the economy, but we can be smart.
Yeah.
We can social distance. We can use hand sanitizer. We can wear masks when necessary. We can be careful, and I'm convinced by the data that if we do that, then pretty good chance we're going to be okay.
Well, we haven't talked much about banking this morning, but again, this is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right. We're not going to talk about banking. We're not going to talk about free checking and the free ATM usage anywhere in the world. We're not going to talk about the good technology we have. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving and how thankful we are at the bank, Coleman. We're just thankful for our customers. We're thankful for our communities. We're thankful to be here with you each Wednesday morning.
Thank you very much.
We were saying off the air, your guest coming up, we're thankful for him and for all of his men and women who work with him and the great job that they do. And I look forward to hearing y'all's program. And we're thankful for our troops around the world who are protecting us, allowing us to do this today. So there's a lot to be thankful for, isn't there?
There sure is, and you've had a pretty good year, which may be one of your better ones, in spite of some obstacles.
Well, we have had a very good year at the bank, and we're very proud of our customers and how well they've performed and persevered and adjusted their personal lives or their business lives, and the fight continues, right? I mean, right. But everyone's doing very well, and so we've enjoyed locking arms with all those people who I just mentioned, and working through this unusual year.
All right, Bob McDonald, President, CEO, Cedarstone Bank, and don't forget their banner product, the Simply Better free checking account, which you can even open up one till 2 o'clock.
You sure can. Good to be with you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and Helen.
Right,
okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
See you next time. Bob McDonald, Cedarstone Bank, and thank you so much. We're 11 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, and normally we have Fire Chief Chris Dowell come and be with us on a Thursday, the fourth Thursday of each month. Fourth Thursday of November is always Thanksgiving. Now, last year, I think we had a fifth Thursday, and you came a week later. And by the way, good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
But we are really glad to have you with us today because there's no fifth Thursday in next. December next Monday, next
same way.
Monday or Tuesday, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is December 1. So anyway, we're glad to have you today, and Bob had some nice things to say about you and the fire department, both on and off the air this morning.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
He must be wanting something.
I don't know, but
No, I'm kidding. He mentioned some things you've done and do, and I agree with him. And you do have a bunch of people who want to serve, who are good citizens, who do a good job when they have to fight fires or go to emergency calls. But they're just really nice to have around when we're not having an emergency.
Well, that's the truth. I mean, the old saying is, once a firefighter, always a firefighter. So even the retirees are just as good as now as they was back then. So it's just a fireman's nature.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking what we'd be talking about, and most years, Vanderbilt and Tennessee play their football game on the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And that all got changed.
Yeah, it all got changed. I still don't know why. Well, I don't know why that happened.
There was I've read something, of course, if it was on Facebook, it's got to be the truth, but
It didn't even have anything to do with them two, though, did it?
Something with that UT was requesting the change. I didn't read further.
I don't know.
And I don't know whether that's right or not. And then I thought, well, maybe they're trying to help Mike Jennings find a way to.
I don't know. Vanderbilt's just as bad as Tennessee.
Hey,
so.
did you
play
hear
the
the
game.
story about that they might not be going to have any fans, only people who were parents of the football players could go to the game?
Tennessee Vanderbilt game?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably normal.
Well, no. Well, we were encouraging Mike to adopt a Vanderbilt football player so he could get to the game.
Well,
Anyway,
I mean,
it's been postponed. They're playing Missouri.
Yeah, I mean, so Vanderbilt's playing and Tennessee, so it must have been on Tennessee side then. I'm not sure.
Tennessee's not playing this week, but they're and I don't even understand all of this. I hadn't read up on it, but
well,
anyway,
I mean,
we don't
it
have
is
much of that to talk about, anyway.
right.
And Lebanon High, of course.
We're done. They've been done for a couple weeks now, 3. So
You gonna be back next year?
Well, I wasn't there much this year. I mean, it's just I'm kind of phasing out. And Chuck every once in a while would look around and say, "Hey, where you going?" So,
Mark Hinesley is the president CEO of Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce, and he's called the CEO, the Chief Encouragement Officer.
Yeah, that's all I am. Yeah, that's all I am. And they can call me taxi driver. So every once in a while, you got to pick them up, take them somewhere to practice or to wherever they need to go or home.
What is Thanksgiving like to the fire department?
Well, I mean, it's like being at home, basically, in a nutshell. They get 2 hours. We allow them 2 hours each person to go home and eat with their family, and come back. And 9 times out of 10,
has that always been?
Yeah.
That's ever
since I've worked there. I guess it's probably been that way. If it lands on thing, I'm gonna say it's probably been that way little over 30 years.
That's nice, really.
Oh yeah, we do the same thing for Christmas. No other holiday but Thanksgiving and Christmas. But the beating part about Christmas is the Christmas day you get off those 2 hours. But a lot of guys ain't got no kids, so what they'll do is they'll turn around and give it to one of the guys. They take care of each other. Put it that way.
Yeah, right.
So.
But 2 hours to go home. So the kind of is a rotating.
Oh yeah, it'll rotate out all the way till the end until all 20 of them get to go home or whatever. So
you've got 4 stations.
Yeah.
You've got 5 people at each one of those.
No, Lord no. It's
you said 20 people.
I got 20 people, but we got 3 pieces of equipment at Station 1.
Okay.
So those other stations usually they only have 3 because somebody's always on vacation, but nobody can take off Thanksgiving. Everybody has to come in so we can allow for that 2 hours. So Station 4 will have 4. Station 3 will have 3. Station 2 will have 4 people, and the rest of them will be at Station 1.
Okay. Well, anyway, you got it all worked out. It's past time for us to take a break. Chris Dowell, our fire chief for the city of Lebanon, is with us, and more coming up on Coleman and Company FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:17. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford and that Works Vehicle Checkup, $49.95, 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, and safety check. Don't make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Despite seeing a lot of radar out here, traffic's moving at the moment through Mount Juliet on I-40, dodging some rain showers out here. Crash there, 4,000 Malacca Murfreesboro Pike. Rosa Parks at Clarksville Pike is still there. Hopefully that'll be back open here in just a few minutes. They've got a couple more vehicles to move. Hey, to cater your next holiday party, call Prince's Hot Chicken or simply go online to princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Get excited for Christmas as you take a stroll through Fiddler's Grove Historic Village and see the buildings come to life with animated Christmas decorations. Bring your friends and family to enjoy this safe outdoor adventure. CDC guidelines are being followed. Masks encouraged. Hand sanitizing available throughout the walk. Tours available Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now through December 19th. More details at fiddlersgrovetennessee.com. For the love of Tennessee, visit Wilson County and travel safe.
life. The Dancing Lights of Christmas is back for their 11th annual celebration of the magical Christmas season at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. For just $25 per vehicle, you will experience the dazzling sights and sounds of over 2 million lights synchronized to some rockin' Christmas tunes without ever leaving the safety and comfort of your own vehicle. The Dancing Lights of Christmas, 5 p.m. nightly, November 13th through January 3rd. Don't forget to visit Mistletoe Merchant's holiday shopping event with over 100 merchants showcasing their one-of-a-kind items, December 4th through December 6th. Attend both events and get discount tickets.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Here we are the day before Thanksgiving, and it's been traditional here, I guess, from the beginning, 27 years ago, that we get Thanksgiving off and we get Friday off here on Coleman and Company. So MJ and Billy won't be here tomorrow. Billy might be doing something, but MJ got the day off as well as Friday, and it makes for a nice long weekend. Come Monday, it's like starting over. You if you don't do something on a regular basis, you get a little rusty.
That's right.
When I go off for 2 weeks to come back, it takes me a day or two to kind of get it all back
get back
together.
in the swing of things. Yeah.
I don't know what else we got to talk about today. I do know something we need to talk about, Chris, and just to remind people. I know the cold weather's been here. We've had frost for a few times here in October, November, and all this. But fires don't have to be; they can be prevented.
Oh yeah.
And a word of caution today, and I'm sure you've got plenty of words of caution for us.
Well, one, I mean, and we talked about it, back before, is those wall heaters are going to kick on. The couches are back against them over the summer period, and so they're going to kick on. So if you ain't kicked on yet, which it should have already, it doesn't happen if it's going to happen. So, but just make sure that the couch is moved away. All right,
you'll have a fire or two every year, won't you?
Oh yeah, we've done already had several or a couple.
Yeah.
But another thing, you got kids now that are home because they're doing virtual. A lot of times they want to get on the stove and cook them something or things of that nature. Just be cautious. Don't get scatterbrained or scatterminded or whatever and walk off and leave it. And next thing you know, you got a mess. So, and if that does happen, make sure you don't try to put it out yourself. Just get outside the house and, notify us and we'll come and take care of it. Cooking turkeys, usually they're supposed to be outside. I guess you've seen the ad running on TV, or everybody's seen the ad running on TV about deep frying turkeys or whatever. Just make sure you're not up under a carport. If it does accidentally, grease catches on fire or whatever, then you're okay if it's outside. Don't want to get burnt, but if you're outside in the opening, then you don't have to worry about anything of that magnitude.
There's a lot of that been going on. And it will be going on today, I guess.
Oh yeah, it'll still be going on today. And also one other thing is people that are on the second floor of an apartment building, your balcony does not get a grill. So do not put a grill up there. Even balconies anywhere, don't put a grill up there, because if it does catch on fire, then we got problems. So that's just a few things. Smoke detectors, they should have done changed the battery in them, a month ago, whatever time change it was. So we should have done changed the batteries in them and get those right. So if you hadn't done it, make sure you go out and get all of this stuff. And right now is a really, really, really good time to go to Lowe's or somewhere and get you a fire extinguisher.
Well, fire extinguishers and these warning things that
smoke detectors.
Yeah, the smoke detectors. Sometimes you just get a little cooking going, and at my house anyway, and that thing goes off.
Well, that's true, but
smoke coming from the skillet or something.
Yeah, but don't put it in the kitchen. That's your problem. I don't know who told you where to put it.
It's not in the kitchen. It's in the hallway. But sometimes...
All right, well, then you're a bad cook. Don't. There's got to be one or two. I mean, it's either in the wrong spot or you're a bad cook.
Now, you're insulting my wife.
No, I'm not either.
I don't even...
I like your wife. I met her the other day. Remember when we was giving out food? Yeah. But I don't know why I even come out here and food with you, but I like your wife.
Well, maybe she had a bad day.
Yes, I guess. But you know what? You got to have a little smoke when you're frying bologna anyway. I like fried bologna, and you got to have some. If you ain't got smoke, it ain't no good.
Well, when that thing goes off, like I'll go back there and take a manila folder or a book or something.
Just get your broom. Broom works better.
Wave the smoke away.
Yeah, and it'll be all right.
But it does prove you got a detector that works.
That's a good indicator that it works. Yeah, and anymore now they're all running a series, so once one goes off, all of them will go off.
But they are an important thing to do. We were kind of trying to get people to be safe and think safety here for a little bit this morning. And
right.
I guess most people have a smoke detector, or maybe a couple of them.
They do. Most time when we go in the house, you know, it's very seldom that we run across them now that they don't have a smoke detector. So, and that which is a good thing.
I think we've got a couple, one in each end of the house.
Yeah.
And of course, what is not only is that smoke from the oven sometimes where you're cooking something sort of a nuisance, but the other thing is when your battery gets weak.
Oh yeah, it chirps. Yeah, it chirps.
That's an obnoxious chirp.
Well, I'm glad you said that because a lot of times people will go and just take the battery out and never put it back in. So that's even worse. Yeah. You know, and so it's giving you that indication that you need, hey, look, you need to change this battery.
Actually, it's a very good thing. Now, it is obnoxious in a way because it
drives you crazy.
I don't want to hear it, but it grates on you enough that you do something about it.
Right. Yeah, it drives you crazy. Yeah. So,
well, we got 5 more minutes here. Any other thing? What is coronavirus? The Chinese virus, I like to call it. What is it? What has it done for y'all at the fire department? Has it changed anything much?
Yeah, I mean it's drove our call volume up. I mean basically it's through the roof. We're probably averaging on somewhere around 39, 40 calls a day now. So and I mean I don't see a lot of that may be coronavirus. A lot of that may be the population's gone through the roof, and so we're picking up those calls now on the medical side, on the fire side, and also on the alarm side. So. The more you build and the more houses come in here, the more people, more cars on the road because of wrecks and things of that nature, then your call volume is going to go up. So
well, we've heard of a lot of people who have had this,
right?
And a lot of people, for a lot of people, it hasn't been all that bad, but for some people, it's been horrible. I talked to one fellow, a little older than I am actually, he says, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
He made it through fine. I know some others that are in the hospital right now, probably in intensive care, maybe on a ventilator. I mean, we don't know.
I mean, it's one of those things. I guess it affects different people differently. We hadn't been untouched at the fire hall. We've had 13 or 14 that's had it. Recouped and moving on. So my son's had it from college, and so and he got tested before he come in or whatever. And of course, I was like, ain't no need you getting tested because it's still in your antibodies are still there. So,
my grandson in Indiana got it, and his parents, my son and daughter-in-law, they both have it. I think they're doing okay. Hadn't talked to them in a day or two, but. They weren't coming for Thanksgiving anyway because they're moving this week. They bought a house outside the corporate limits. Can you imagine not wanting to live inside Lebanon?
Oh well, I mean
you don't.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with Texas Crossroads.
Where they live there, my son got really irritated about the extremely high water and sewer bill.
Right.
And I mean, it is really high, and the reason for that is they had to do something about, I guess, a sewage plant or something, and somebody's got to pay for it.
Right.
And so he had the opportunity to find another place that's outside the corporate limits, about less than a mile away from where he is now.
Well, he's in trouble anyway then, because they're probably just going to take him right in.
That's always a possibility.
Yeah, they're going to take him right in. So if you don't get no further than 2 miles out, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, you are a county commissioner. We don't talk about that much. We talk about the fire department.
Yeah, we can. It don't make no difference.
Well, which committee are? I guess everybody's on a committee or two with the county.
Everybody's on. Mine is ethics, health and welfare, and another one. I don't even know what that other one is because
you go
I don't
to the
think
committee meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I go to the ones that are mine.
Yeah.
Put it that way. I mean, and I go. It's a couple basic ones, not basic, but you got the all the schools. That one, I'll think of it when I get off the show. But you got that one. You got finance and budget. You know, and I've missed a couple, 2 or 3 of them. But when it gets close to budget time or things of that nature, you try to make those because that's where you get your good information.
Do you have a lot of calls from constituents in your district?
I got a bunch right now because people are, I guess, just from out of town and think they can just come in and start doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. So we're working on that. And then also out there at Linwood BP, this person that owns this place will not clean it up. So, and then, you know, Tom's been around and around and around. The mayor's been around and around and around. I've been out there. I've tried to call these people, and they're in Cookeville, which you know as well as I do. And I don't mean this to sound bad as a county commission to anybody who wants to come into Wilson County and build, but, you know, this is our home. If you come here, you got to take care of your stuff.
Yeah.
So sometimes one of those cases is if you live out of town, out of sight, out of mind. It ain't in my back door. It ain't in my city. So, you know what? Forget it. I'll just put it on the back burner until they make me do something. Well, that's what I went to Tom and asked him, what can we do to make them do it? But the rules are just not there in place to make them turn around and do something. So we got to get that changed.
Huh.
So
Oh, that's interesting.
you got to get that changed.
We're about to come to the end of our time here this morning. Appreciate you coming out here every
Yes,
month.
sir.
As you have said, our ratings go up a little bit when you're here. So I guess we've had more listeners on this Wednesday morning, maybe.
That's right. I guarantee you this went up. Your numbers have went up. I'm the only thing that's keeping you getting a paycheck, I can promise you.
Chris, have a good Thanksgiving.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you and happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there.
That's part one of Coleman and Company. Hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:30. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota and Rental. They have Red Max, complete inventory, weed eaters, blowers, hedge trimmers for the commercial user and homeowner with up to a 4-year warranty. Absolute Kubota and Rental, 1506 West Main. Now, Chuck.
Good morning. Despite seeing a lot of radar out here, traffic's moving at the moment through Mount Juliet on I-40, dodging some rain showers out here. Crash there, 4,000 like a Murfreesboro Pike. Rosa Parks at Clarksville Pike is still there. Hopefully that'll be back open here in just a few minutes. They've got a couple more vehicles to move. Hey, to cater your next holiday party, call Prince's Hot Chicken or simply go online to princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
She's taken care of you your whole life. Now it's your turn to take care of her. But with a family of your own and other responsibilities, there just aren't enough hours in the day. That's why it might be time to call the Pavilion Senior Living. From bathing, dressing, housekeeping, and meals, the Pavilion Senior Living is committed to being senior living you can trust for your loved one. Find out more at pavilionseniorliving.com or call 444-5556. That's 444-5556.
This is Philip Etherly with Absolute Rental and Supply. Whether it's cleaning, painting, remodeling, or simply getting better organized, we have the tools and equipment to get the job done. Scaffolding, paint sprayers, ladders, power saws, portable heaters, temporary lighting, generators, hardwood floor staples, from wallpaper steamers to bulldozers, Absolute Rental has what you need. Call 615-443-RENT. Absolute Rental and Supply. We have what you need.
Hey, this is State Senator Mark Pody. With everything that's going on, I just want to encourage everybody to please be safe and use common sense as the state begins to reopen. We need to get our economy going again. If you have any underlying pre-existing health conditions or issues, or if you're age 60 or older, you need to use the precautions that you feel are needed. be patient when you go into your local businesses, and remember, we're all in this together. If you all need any kind of service, please give me a call. This is Mark Pody.
Gregory Dental in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from University Medical Center. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Scattered showers and storms are in the forecast today, with a few storms having the potential to be on the strong side. Main threats will be heavy rain and gusty winds, with any storms that do become severe, so stay weather aware. Highs this afternoon will top out in the mid-60s. By Thanksgiving, sunshine returns. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on a Wednesday. We welcome Philip Evans to talk about Absolute Rent and Supply. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And how are you?
I'm doing great. Looks like it's going to be another rainy Wednesday.
Yeah. And the wind's blowing. I don't know what you've got to deal with the wind blowing, but there's supposed to be gusts, maybe even up to 40, 50 miles an hour today out here.
Yeah, we have nothing that can compete with Mother Nature. So,
well, let me tell you, of course, Absolute Rent and Supply is at 1325 West Main. Been there. I think this same location. That's where you started.
Yeah, that's where it started.
19 years ago, and Philip has done a great job. Been a great corporate citizen of Lebanon, I guess we could say, a businessman who has done well, helped a lot of people, and serving by renting equipment and just about anything that you want, as we say, from wallpaper steamers to bulldozers.
That's right. That's right.
And the phone number there, 615-443-RENT. 443-RENT. And just again, to get everybody started here, you go to the website, absoluterental.com. You see something you like or you want to rent, and you call 443-RENT and make arrangements for it. It's that simple.
It really is that simple. Yeah, you tell us what kind of project you've got going, and we'll try to make sure you got the right piece of equipment for what you're needing. And, I'd like to take this time, we're very thankful for our customers. We're not able to have our appreciation day like we normally try to have due to this COVID and all, but we'll try to catch up with that as soon as all this hopefully goes away. But we are extremely thankful. You're talking about being a part of the community. I was born and raised right here in Lebanon, and a lot of friends, a lot of family, and, we really do strive to be part of the community.
Well, I think you've done a great job of being a great part of our community, and certainly you came in with a service that was needed, and the fact that it was needed, I guess, it's proven by the fact that you're still here, still going and growing, and you change with the times. You have some different things today that's come along that you didn't have 19 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the advantages of renting is we're going to have to keep up with the most modern equipment and technology and all. There's some things that I've got that started in 2001 with, and there's kind of obsolete, sticking over in the corner, and just things that never rent out anymore, just because the technology has changed that much. And so,
what do you expect today?
I don't know what's going to go on today. This morning early, I was already selling pine straw and mulch. People trying to beat this rain, get it down beforehand. So I don't really know what to expect today with the rain and all. I don't think we're going to get that much rain that we would get any kind of flooding and people's basements needing pumps and so forth. But, of course, we've talked about it many times. The aerial lifts are a very hot item right now. Everybody's trying to decorate, get ready for hang all their lightings. That seems to be
Today's not a good day.
Exactly. Yeah, don't want to do that today. But anyway, there seems to be some competition going on in some neighborhoods. I've seen some really elegant or elaborate lighting displays. But that's a great thing. Everybody's getting excited.
Right. So keep that in mind. You probably don't want it today, but you can call and rent it today for when you do want it.
Exactly.
You still need one, yeah. Oh, you've got so much to offer, really, and you have convenient hours too. You're open till
7 to 5 Monday through Friday, 7 to 4 on Saturdays. We are going to be closed on Thursday, but regular hours every day after that.
Well, I don't think anybody would expect you to be open tomorrow. Really, until a few years ago, almost nobody was open on Thanksgiving. Now there are a few, but I just assumed everybody closed it, except maybe a gas station.
Exactly.
You have. I'm sure your staff is thankful, and they're thankful to have a job and work for you. Hopefully.
Well, we've been very blessed. Of course, we're like every company. We could use some more help. So if anybody's looking for a job, come see us. But anyway, one thing I did want to mention is the 10 heaters or the different types of heaters. We've already had several calls, people saying, if it turns off cool, will you have something available for our party or our get-together. So we do have heaters if you need to just kind of knock the edge off of a room or outside carport or something like that.
Okay. Well, again, keep that in mind. 1325 West Main in Lebanon. It's a great location. You got a little bit more room now.
Exactly.
Absolute Kubota's moved down the highway.
Yeah. So
everything's you back to normal now?
Oh yeah, everything's going well. We're back to normal, and like I say, you know how it is when you're growing, you'll always fill those spots. So it won't take long.
Well, have a good day, and I hope you don't even go by there tomorrow. I hope you have a day off.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know whether you will or will.
You never know. When that phone rings, I'll go.
Well, that's Philip for you. Thank you so much. Philip Etherly, Absolute Rental and Supply, 615-443-RENT. We're 21 before the hour. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce my next guest this morning. And I'm not going to say much about it, except she's been under the weather for a while, had been here for a while, and terrific Teresa Botts. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. It is so wonderful to be here. It is just wonderful to be out and about again. And I'll do a testimonial real quick for Philip Etherly, an absolute. My husband rented, I wanted to call it a Bobcat. He said it's a skid steer over the weekend, and got out there. We had some dirt hauled in, and he spread that dirt. And I said, the sweetest kid came and picked that equipment up. Just sweet kid working for you. And he said, well, that's my son. And I said, oh, you did good. So, yeah, and they are great. Randy called them, and they're so good. He definitely is a wonderful service for our community.
Well, he's a wonderful advertiser here too. And we appreciate it. I always look forward to Wednesday and Philip coming and talking about it, and he's a good businessman.
Yeah. And, I said it's hard to follow Tick Bryan yesterday in the song, and I loved Tick's song. He had sent me a happy birthday. My birthday was on Sunday, and he said, listen to this, and I did, and I love the song, and like so many, I'm born and raised in Wilson County, so I was just blessed to be born in the best place in the whole wide world. So, but anyway, I am so glad to be back. I cannot say enough about all the get well wishes that I got, and I actually had a really bad Crohn's flare, and I didn't know Crohn's could do that to your body, but I was out of work for 8 weeks, and the first 2 weeks I spent in the hospital, and that was not fun. But I will say Vanderbilt Wilson Hospital has awesome nurses that took really good care of me, and they were so kind. And I can't say enough about how nice they were to me at Vanderbilt Wilson.
Well, I don't know how you'd feel about this, but I'm thinking we're thinking of things to be thankful for. Maybe you can be thankful it was Crohn's and not Corona.
Oh, yeah, because so many people, when they heard I was out of work, said, oh, she's got the COVID. And I said, no, it's not the COVID. And I did not know Crohn's is, and it's a forever disease, and I've had it for a few years, but this was the first flare that I had. And, I do all these support groups. I do Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and grief. And I said, I would love to start a Crohn's support group. I've had a lot of people that will say to me, oh, my sister or my brother or my nephew or my friend has Crohn's, and they really struggle with it. And it is a struggle. I am on the most limited diet. My dietitian told me when I was there the last time, okay, for Thanksgiving, you can eat the turkey and a roll. And I went,
No dressing.
Okay, no dress, nothing with any onions, and I have worked my way up to either one fruit or one vegetable a day, but it's very limited as to what fruit and vegetable. I am on this really restricted diet, and at least till February. And so anyway, I think we need a Crohn's support group in Lebanon. It it is hard, and I don't think
you feeling pretty well. You sound good. You look good.
I do. I am feeling so much better. For a long time, I wasn't real sure that I was ever going to get back to me, and I am happy as to be me again. And I really didn't. I kept saying I don't think I'm ever going to be me again. And still I'm very limited on my activities.
How's Randy and your mother taking?
They are doing great. Randy has been so good. My mom lives with us. So the 2 weeks I was in the hospital, he was so good. And such a big thank you. A friend of ours that comes to the center, her name is Janet Fakes. And Janet has Crohn's and kind of understands. And about the first week that she heard I was in the hospital, she knew that, I took lunch home to my mom every day, and my mom is not getting out. She probably has not left the house 10 times since March the 12th. Mm. And so Janet has gone for at least 7 of those 8 weeks. She has gone to the senior center and picked up lunch and delivered it to my mother and visited with her. She'll stay every day for at least 30 or 45 minutes. And so she's going today because I start Entivio infusions. That's my maintenance plan, and I start those this afternoon. So Janet's going to go pick up lunch for Mom and today. And I think Mom has missed Janet because, so I can't say enough. And, they say you find out who your friends are. You really do find out who your friends are. Sometimes the ones you thought would be there for you aren't, and the ones that you would have never dreamed would are. So, thank you. And I got so many get well cards and so many texts and so many phone calls. And so anyway, I was so thrilled to walk back in the center Monday morning and have Elena and Shirley and Jeannie there with me. They have just cracked me up. Yeah. So would you have ever said, I can't wait to get back to work? But yeah, you appreciate that.
You've missed them. They probably missed you too.
Oh, I missed them. Yeah. I really did.
Well, I tell you what, it's limited, I guess, to what we even have to talk about. We're doing lunch, but we haven't assembled at the Senior Citizen Center, Lebanon Senior Citizen Center, since March.
March the 12th was our last day there.
Boy, it's just different.
Yeah. Oh.
I missed. You know what? I have not. I played, I think, pool one time with Wendell Edwards over where he lives. One time since March. I have not. I played cornhole one time when Linda and Odell invited us out to their house. I think one time, and have not done karaoke. Yeah. I miss all of that. Have not played shuffleboard.
And just hanging out with somebody at lunch, it's so enjoyable to just sit and have lunch with somebody, you know?
Teresa Botts with Lebanon Senior Citizen Center here. We take a break right now. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:46. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, and they've got the lifetime brake pad guarantee with the purchase of a brake service. Replacement brake pads will be provided at no cost for as long as a customer owns a vehicle. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's picked up quite a bit, actually, as far as that traffic volume up through Brentwood, Franklin, on 65, coming up through Williamson County. We're checking right now on Briley Parkway at Clarksville Pike over in Bordeaux. We know the fire department's been dispatched to that location. 4,000 block of Murfreesboro Pike. That rate should be out of there in just a few more minutes. Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Tony and Nikisha Tate, the Tate team. They can assist you with all your real estate needs. They're really awesome people. Give them a call at 554-9795. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Bob McDonough with Cedar Stone Bank. We know there are times when financial circumstances can be complicated for families and businesses, but we do not believe the solutions need to be. That's why for 15 years we've been delivering simple banking to our customers while still offering all services and products. We're thankful for our customers and the communities that we serve. If you don't bank with us, it would be our pleasure to visit with you and talk about how simple banking is simply better.
Cedar Stone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The 2020 Titans have all grown up together. They've had a taste of success in the playoffs, and they're back with Derrick Henry.
Henry 20, Henry 10.
Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
Tannehill keeping around right end, driving, he's in.
A stout defense.
Titan ball.
And a head coach in Mike Vrabel who's ready to lead them.
Brought to you by Steve Lowe Plumbing and the Jewelers.
LHS, Cumberland University, and the Tennessee Titans. The winning teams are on WANT 98.9.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Now our final segment for a Wednesday morning. And I might say this, Teresa, of course, is with us. We found out a lot that's been going on in her life here. But the reason she's here today, obviously, you come the last Friday in the month, usually. But it didn't. The way the calendar falls here, we either got to do it today or we pretty much don't do it in November.
Yeah, we've always just kind of gone with the flow with Thanksgiving.
And what are we going to do now? We'll figure it out next month. But have you already got an idea?
I hadn't even looked at the December calendar. I was not there to plan the December calendar, and I really hadn't even looked at it yet. But
well, we'll work that out.
But we will absolutely
hopefully
work
you will
it
be
out.
here for your December visit.
I will be. We'll figure out a time, and you know we would absolutely love to be able to say we're going to open, but you know this has just been so crazy, and the numbers have gone up, and we have found that we know I'm close to so many people that have got COVID, and Shirley and her husband were pretty sick, never in the hospital, but pretty sick. Jeannie that works there got COVID and spent a week in the hospital, and it was a rough week. And it's real. And I know at first we all just kind of laughed it off. And actually, even when I asked my doctor if I could go back to work, he said, if you promise you'll wear your mask when you're close to people, and you promise you will social distance and no hugging. He said, I can tell you're a hugger, and
that just kills you.
I know. Yeah. And it's been really tough. And, I know that several of our seniors have passed away and several had COVID. They were gathering at another facility and numerous got COVID, and several of them passed away with it. And so, we knew that we just did not need to encourage, people gathering, because we love each other. It's like you said, you really don't know what you have until you don't have it anymore. And the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center is just such a great place to gather. We loved our exercise classes and our line dance classes. I really miss my support groups. I was able to have one of my Alzheimer's support groups one month, and we distanced very well. And they really needed to talk. Those caregivers did. But we have missed so much of that. Gathering for lunch. It's just not nearly as much fun to sit in a recliner in front of the TV and eat your lunch as it is to sit at a table with a lot of your friends. And, a lot of those friends are people you never knew until you came to the Lebanon Senior Center.
That's true. And there's a lot of them I haven't seen since March.
Absolutely.
And by the way, if we could mention this, Steve Hornsby died, and Steve was a good member. He was, when we played cornhole. Poor guy. Some people can throw and be fairly accurate, and some can't.
He was hit or miss. My favorite memory was when he got the cornhole bag stuck in the ceiling, and he borrowed somebody's walking stick to get it down.
I remember.
So many. Mary Douglas. I am going to miss Mary so much, and she had such a great attitude and great spirit about her, because she had battled cancer for so long.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned
that. And Robert came by yesterday. He said, I never knew how much you have to do when somebody passes away. And he needed all these copies of, the death certificate, and everybody needs it, and everybody wants a certified notarized copy. And it, and it is. It's so hard, and we do miss them so much. And Steve fought a really hard fight, for several years as well. And I just miss them all. I think we're grieving over people just because we haven't seen them. You know, I was so happy to get back and just work. I'm not really working the pickup line because I'm not touching the food or I'm not touching the money that people give. But I kind of hung out with the sponsor yesterday and just got to wave and say hi to people. And somebody said, I was so glad to see your smiling face. And then they said, well, you know, I couldn't see your mouth because you had the mask on, but I knew you were smiling under that mask. But we do. We just miss them so much. And I can't believe that it's been, 9 months now since we've been closed. And well, ready.
One of the good things you have been able to do, though, is to continue having lunch. And I think there's no question that, I mean, we could make it. Helen and I could make it without this if we had to. But it is so convenient, and it's so
nice.
And at least we get to see the ones that's out there doing, helping with the food.
I don't know what I would have done with my mom. You know, just it's been so wonderful to have those meals because I know she's getting one really good meal a day, and she might get up and eat a Pop-Tart for breakfast and have that and maybe just a peanut butter and banana sandwich for supper because of that one really good meal every day. You know, when you're not as active, that one really good meal a day is about all you need, and then a few little snacks. But we're also doing our homebound meals, and our homebound meals have increased to about 80. We probably have doubled who we're delivering meals to. So many have called. We've had a lot of new people that were not our members that we have helped. We are still continuing. Maureen, who took over, Sandy's position, as the senior resource coordinator, is still continuing going shopping for a lot of the people that are not able to get out or don't need to be out, at the grocery store. And we have been very blessed with several grants, so we don't have to ask them to pay for their groceries. We are able to pay for them out of the grant money. And so if there are any seniors out there, if you have needs, let us know. And one thing we're going to do, we are working on our food boxes, and we've done this every year. When we're closed, we're very blessed over Thanksgiving that Maple Hill Church will provide a really nice lunch on Thanksgiving for the seniors. So we try to get all of our seniors. We can't turn their names in without their permission. But we have tried to make sure that Maple Hill delivers that really good lunch to the ones that we usually deliver to. And it's usually enough for Thursday and Friday as well. And then, we've got in December, we're closed for 2 days. And it's the last several years it's fallen over a weekend where we're closed for 4 days in a row. And we really worry about the seniors when we're not delivering meals. So we've done food boxes for as long as I can remember, and just made sure they had things like beef stew and chili and chicken and dumplings and, things that could get them by without that home-cooked meal. So, right now we are asking for people if they would like to. The City of Lebanon kind of makes it a little project over at City Hall, and they're collecting a lot of these food items for us. But if anybody would like to put a food box together, you can just give me a call at 615-449-4600. You can talk to me. You can talk to Elena. You can talk to Shirley. You can talk to Jeannie. You can talk to Maureen. We will be glad to give you a list of the things that we need. And we're also doing what they're calling blessing boxes. And a lot of our local businesses have been really good to help. We're putting things like Kleenexes and toilet paper, and they're doing lotion and socks and scarves, all kinds of items. And a lot of our businesses have signed up for things like that. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, and I will tell you, WANT is so wonderful, and they have signed up to do a little blanket for all of them. So we've got a lot of our local sponsors. We're asking for the ribbon candy and the King Leo peppermints because I know my grandparents loved those hard candies. Yep. And so anyway, if anybody out there would like to help, I have had several that have done my shopping for me the last several years that have already reached out to me. And I am am still doing, letting a few of them do some personalized shopping because some of our seniors really have a lot of needs. But other than that, we're going to do these blessing boxes. So if anybody would like to help, purchase things for the food boxes, or of course, we're always taking donations. Always. We have people that every month drop off a donation to us just because they want us to be able to keep doing what we're doing. So when people go, oh, y'all are closed, y'all are probably just doing nothing every day. And that is such an understatement because we are really working so hard to be able to meet the needs of these seniors. And
well, really, when you stop to think about it, I mean, you're still preparing a meal. You're having people come by and pick that up. You're delivering the twice as many as you were
absolutely.
before. So you're
our
busy.
kitchen staff has worked so hard. There was about 2 weeks that we did not cook meals. Yeah. And after that, the homebounds, they said, we're tired of peanut butter and chicken noodle soup. And we said, you know what, we're going to start delivering again. And some of our delivers weren't comfortable going out, and we had others that were. And we just do hanging on your door delivery. So it's a contact-free lunch delivery.
This lunch thing, I mean, it's wonderful.
Food is, it's a necessity. Yeah. And several have said, we'll open the center, and we are so afraid if we do open the center and we do get a COVID outbreak, we would not be able to even do what we're doing now. Mm-hmm. Our staff would not be allowed to do that. And our kitchen crew is wonderful. They've worked hard to just make sure that really good meals are going out. They want to make sure that, we've tried to make it fun and do some funny, different stuff. And some of it was kind of goofy, but we've really tried. And food is such a necessity, and we all like to eat. And so it is one thing that we can absolutely do every day, and we can't wait to get back.
Yeah, and you have some sponsors, people who take advantage or participate with you.
Yes.
It's advertising in a way for them. But
it is. I actually went yesterday afternoon, and I picked up 75 loaves of Bay's bread. Miss Peggy Bay is furnishing the prize today, and everybody that picks up lunch gets a loaf of Bay's bread. So thank you, Miss Peggy. WA&T has been an amazing sponsor. Susie and MJ have been out several times. The one thing we're going to do, we're going to stop our lunch sponsors because it's gotten cold.
Okay.
It's kind of tough outside. Yeah. Doing that. And so this is our last week to do the lunch sponsors, unless it's going to be maybe like our Christmas lunch, which is going to be December the 18th. And we're taking reservations for that already. It's going to be $6 for members, $10 for non-members. And hopefully the fire department will come help hand out food again, and the police department. We had over 200 meals that they did last Friday for the Thanksgiving meal. Wow. So yeah, Wilson County is absolutely the place to be. We have awesome sponsors. I have reached out to so many people in our community, and so many say yes. There are some that say no, and I just say, it's your loss, and don't worry, I'll never call you again, and I don't, I could name names, but I wouldn't
Teresa,
do that, Coleman.
We're out of time. We just need to thank you for being here and say happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
And until Monday, I wish you a wonderful day.